You don't need a particularly large or complicated production kit to shoot real estate videos. Obviously, you do need a good video camera and ideally a wide-angle lens. You could in fact shoot a real estate video with just that. All you would need is a steady pair of hands to get your shots, which might consist of a series of pans and tilts. You would then be able to stabilise those shots in post-production. When I first started shooting real estate videos, I used a Canon 60D with a Tokina 11-16mm lens. For the last few years, however, I've been using the Panasonic GH3 and GH4 cameras. One of the best features in my opinion of both the Canon 60D and the Panasonic GH series is the swivel LCD screen. The GH4 camera is a wonderful camera for shooting video. It's small and lightweight, plus it has features that you need when you do shoot video, such as peaking, which helps with your focus. The main lens that I use for real estate is the Lumix 7-14mm f4. I also carry the 12-35 and the 35-100. I use these lenses for shooting interviews and showcasing property features, for example. So once you've got your camera sorted, your next purchase ideally should be a tripod. Now there are a lot of different tripods out there, some very cheap, some very expensive. What I recommend you look for in a tripod is a fluid head. That allows you to easily and smoothly pan and tilt your camera. You might also consider a slider. There are many sliders out there to choose from, such as motorised sliders and automatically panning and tilting head units. And hey, if you've got the money, great. But a simple manual slider is really all you need. Sliders will give you great reveal shots, both horizontally and vertically. You can normally pick one up for a couple of $100 and they are well worth the money. They are very simple to use. You place them securely on top of your tripod, find your position, and then manually slide the camera to capture your shots. Jibs, or cranes as they are sometimes known, are handy to have, but perhaps not a necessity anymore. With jibs you can shoot some nice ascending and descending vertical shots, which can be effective in the right conditions. The downside is they can be bulky and difficult to carry around. I still have the 6-foot jib, but I honestly don't remember the last time I used it. I keep it though, because I know the day I sell it, it'll be the day I get a booking to use it. Of course, if you're looking for elevated footage, you might consider a drone. I recommend you hire a licensed professional to get the class shots that you want, but if you're keen to have a go, just be aware of the local rules and regulations for using them. If you're planning on recording audio, for example, if your client wants to present to camera or record their own voiceover, you're going to need a lapel mic or a high quality boom mic. For a lapel, or radio mic as they're known, I use a Sennheiser G3. I also have a Zoom H1, which is handy when you need a second mic for interviews. One piece of equipment I used a lot in the early days was the GlideCam HD 2000. This is a weighted camera stabilization system that was just perfect for the Panasonic GH3. For the majority of work that I was shooting at the time, I was able to get all the shots I needed using the GlideCam. Now being a weighted stabilization system, I really had to work on my technique to keep the camera as smooth as possible whilst walking and moving around, particularly outdoors when it was a windy day. Now technology has changed a lot and digital stabilizers are much more readily available and affordable. But I think my GlideCam cost me a couple of $100 back in the day, and it was money extremely well spent. Today, however, my main weapon of choice is the DJI Ronin M digital stabilizer. This is the perfect companion for my Panasonic cameras. It is super quick to set up, easy to use, and it produces top quality stabilized footage. You can easily equip it with a monitor, thumb controller, and a small light panel. I'll go into more detail with regards to how I set up and the technique with which I use it in a later chapter, but for now, that about covers all the equipment you'll need to shoot a real estate video.